Hey everyone, welcome to ForceBolt's YouTube channel. Today we will have a look at how to use Cypress to automate a website. Let's move to the hands-on. I am using a demo site called automationexercise.com. Here I'll show the steps involved and the approaches we used. How to write test cases and use the fixture folder where we can keep our data and use the data in our test cases. In addition, I will be showing how to write the custom commands to enhance reusability. Next, we will be talking about the page object model on which we built this automation suite. In POM, locators are kept at a separate place and test cases in a separate place. Whenever we need to make any changes in the locator, we don't have to go through every test case individually. We just make those changes in one place. Furthermore, I will be talking about the inbuilt reporting tool dashboard. The only drawback is that it is free up to 500 test cases and 3 users. After that, it is a paid service. So let's get started. On this site, I will click on sign up or login. As a first-time user, we need to fill in the required details and click the sign up button. After entering the sign up page, we'll be providing the necessary info here. And once that is done, then we'll go back to the sign up and login page and we'll log into the account by providing the registered email address and the password. To automate it, I'll open the Visual Studio Code, then I'll open a terminal. You can see I have different folders here. I'll open the automation exercise folder. Now, first let me give you an insight about important term present in the test suite. For example, here is the register specs.js file and the first line is the reference type is equal to Cypress, which is used for auto suggestion. Here we are importing the register page from the place where I have kept my element locator. The element locator is placed in the support folder under page object auto exercise. We have a register page also that we are importing here. Here we are defining a new variable that will be storing all the information. Now we have to provide the details here. For that, I will take the fixture file where we have userinfo.json in which I have stored the relevant details that will be required in the form. So I am calling the user info as require fixture/register auto exer. Next, we will describe the test suite. Here I'll provide the name of describe where I will pass 2 arguments. The first is the test suite name and the second is the function argument. Now here we didn't describe like test cases. The test case will start either with it or a specific keyword. It will require 2 things. One is the name of the test case and the other is the function argument. cy.visit is basically a command used to visit a URL. We have already defined the userinfo.json file and variables here, and it will pick the URL from here. Under register_autoexer.json, we have provided all the details and the URL in the end. Here we have the field model which is already defined and the variable are defined using this keyword register page, followed by the locator name that we have given. The locator name can be easily accessed by the page object underscore autoexer/register_page. Let's now take a look at this. So here are the details. Here is the name. This is the class register page and this export default keyword is required. By this, we can use this class in other test cases. Here are the different locators and these need to be returned to use in test cases. Here are the test cases defined as trying to register a user with an existing registered email, which will give an error. To execute them, we have 2 ways. Either we can open the test runner using npx cypress open command, or I can run the code in the terminal using npx cypress run command. Since I am not interested in running entire test suite, I am interested in running particular spec file. Here, I want to run a specs file, so I am using specs keyword and providing specs relative path. If we don't specify any browser, test cases will run by default in the Electron browser in headless mode. I am executing a spec file in the Chrome browser in headed mode. Here the first case is executed, which is to register new user. Here you can see the details of Aman Verma. The email already existed. With the given info, we won't be able to register, therefore the test case has failed. To avoid this, we will talk about login_specs_cy.js. To register new data, we need new login information every time. So I am using a npm package faker. It needs to be denied before we can use it for generating fake data like first name, last name, email password, addresses and more are inbuilt in this. We can directly use it to provide those values. As you can see the coder here, now here I am writing the locator itself. It's not in the page object model, but all the values that I am providing are not hard coded. The only thing is that it's been generated in this test suite. Let us now see the execution. Here some of the test cases have been written as .js and some are written in .cy.js. With Cypress's latest version, they support the default file extension cy.js. We can easily manipulate to support the .js file by making some changes in the cypress.config.js file. In cypress.config.js, here I have provided spec pattern with the type of either cy.js or .jsx. Now let me execute it. You can see that it is verified the content of the sign and login page. So the first case is being executed. Let's now move on to the second case. Here you can see that all the test cases have passed whatever test cases are present in this test. Let me tell you another advantage of Cypress over other tools. If I click on login_specs.cy.js, the tests are loading in the test runner. The test case execution is completed. All three test cases have passed. If I click on it, here are all the steps that we are following to get this element. As I click on get ahref is equal to /login, the sign up login link is highlighted, and then I am applying the assertion that it should have the text including this. And then after clicking on it, you can know what is happening because of clicking on new pages. Pages are loaded and I have accepted the assertion that the new URL should have word login, which we can see is present here. And I am filling this sign up form, which has a new user sign up keyword, and I am asserting text field to exist in the DOM. So the advantages of Cypress are when you are running it in a test runner, you can go to every step. This step was when your code was trying to accomplish or not. It becomes easier for us also to see where our test case is failing also, so debugging becomes quite easier, which was not present in the previous tool like Selenium, even though it supports multiple languages. Another important point for beginners or someone who is not comfortable writing the locator, for them we have an open selective playground. If you click on it in any place anywhere, click on this logout. The moment I'll click it, I will get the locator for the same. I am getting cy.get and I can also get cy.contain. Basically, by using this text, I'll click on it and cy.contain will show hello world. It doesn't seem to be working properly. If I switch it to cy.get, it will give me a correspondent locator. If I click on this, I'll be getting a locator. The next step is to copy this and use it in my test case. This is another advantage for beginners. Learning becomes much easier. The only drawback here is that we will only get the elements not the different types of assertion that we could apply here. For beginners, it is correct you can click on an element from here, but my suggestion is always to open the website, inspect their element and get to know what you are looking for, plus what kind of assertion can be applied. The next thing I want to talk about is the Cypress dashboard configuration. I will click on the setting, then I will go to the dashboard setting. As you can see, I have already updated the information. I have a project ID and this is a unique word. Accordingly, I also have a recording key, which is useful in running a test shape, and its record is present in the dashboard. Therefore, this key will be required. As you can see, I already have it. Now I'll go to the Cypress.dashboard. Now I will click on run and it will show all the runs. This is the one 34 minutes ago. I will click on it and then I will click on manage keys. It will redirect us to the Cypress.dashboard. It's your convenience through which you want to log in. I will log in with Google right now. So already I am registered here. I will use the email ID. I will take me to this place. I will click on the latest run. This was clicked 36 minutes ago. If I click here, I will get the overview of all the failures and issues that persisted, then the test results. The output can be seen by passing, by failing, and by the number of specs. You can find the full analysis here, whether it was passed or failed. How much time did it had taken to run? If it has failed, I have already configured it to have an associated screenshot, which will be stored in the screenshot folder. You can get the analytics very easily, but again, the limitation persists. It is free for 3 users and 500 test cases. Once we are done with the Cypress dashboard, we can also generate our report. I will be using Cypress Mocha Awesome Report. I will download some packages. These are the 4 packages that I have to install. Mocha, Mocha Awesome Reporter, Mocha Awesome Merge, because this will be generating those JSON files as I have to merge those JSON files. And lastly, we have Mocha Awesome Report Generator. These 2 lines we have to add for configuration. If the test cases are failing, please include a screenshot that will report directly to Cypress results. So these are all the things that I have to provide. The first thing to do after generating a JSON file is to run this. From that various JSON, a single file will be generated. And then we have to run this code so that our HTML file is generated. To get the test cases, you simply have to give the command npx cypress runs. If you want to run the spec file or all the test cases, let's say I am running all the test cases. Whichever test cases are failing, I'll stop it for a while. So we already have a HTML files. So I will simply show you those HTML files. I'll go to my report and you can see different indexes there. I'll copy from here, I'll copy on the path and will go to the Chrome. And then I will paste it. It will give me how much time did it takes, how many test suits were there, how many test cases were there, how many passed and how many failed. Since it failed, let me click on this. It shows all these steps. Further, you can manipulate it from here. If you only want it to show failed, you can choose from here. In this case, there is no show of skipped files. So if there would be any skip also, it will show you the skipped files. Now I am only getting the failed ones, adding product cards and other things. So this is how we have our customizing tool, which will have the detail for both. Why are the test cases passing or failing? To sum it up, why our test cases are passing or failing? To sum it up, we have seen how to write the test cases and the significance of describing blogs and IT blogs. Describe blog includes writing test suite. Within describing blog, we can have multiple blogs. The IT blog represents a test case. In one single IT blog, I can have one single test case. Nesting IT blogs are not allowed, whereas describe blogs can be nested with each other. We have also seen how to use a fixture folder. Now let me quickly take you to how to write a custom command. We will go to the command.js and we will write what we are interested in. I have written some commands here. Login, logout. Here is the command logout. It is really easy. All you have to do is write cy.login. Since it is using 3 arguments, URL, email and password, that is what we have to provide. So that is what we can find here. cy.login, logininfo.url, logininfor.valid email, login for valid password. So you just have to forward it. You don't have to write. It will follow all the steps and it will get entered. The same thing will happen in the cy.logout. This is after each hook. This means that after each test case, after logging it, it is going to log out. So that's what we want, is for each test case to be independent of the other. So that if I want them to run individually, it could be done. To sum it up, we have seen how to write the test case, how to run it in test runner and how to run it in terminal. How to use the fixture folder in the test case. We have seen the page object model, how to write it and how to use it. Further, we have also seen the reporting tool. We have seen the Cypress dashboard provided by the Cypress Plus, Cypress Mocha Awesome Reporter, which can be customized as per the needs. Thank you for watching this video.